Sports Beat is powered by KSLSports.com.
Well, this really should have been the national game of the week, but after the Utes were stunned by USC on their home field and Washington State blew away a huge second-half lead to UCLA, both teams are left trying to get their seasons back on track tonight. So let's check in on things up at Rice-Eccles Stadium right now. Witt and the ever-so-interesting Mike Leach chatting before the game. Tyler Huntley to Devontae Henry Cole. DHC is in the end zone for a 7-0 Utes lead. Wazoo comes back, though. Anthony Gordon to Deion McIntosh. We have a tie ball game, but you know Huntley was making things go for this Utes offense. Finds a wide-open Samson Nakua for the long touchdown. And the Utes currently holding on to a 4-point lead in the second quarter, 14-10. How about the Utah State Aggies? They can do something they have only done 3 times in the past 40 years. Start the season with a 3-1 record. But Colorado State's hungry. Just 1 win in their first 4 games. And this is their first conference game. First half was a bit of a slugfest. CSU was the first to score on a simple 2-yard run. It's what happened after that got things really excited. Savon Scarver, he's an All-American returner for a reason. Takes this one 100 yards. The Aggies tie the game up at 7. Second quarter, once again, the Aggies down by 7, but they punch right back. Jordan Love to Devin Tompkins, 37 yards. That was a 6-play, 72-yard drive in just over a minute to tie the game at 14. 3 minutes later, this is what the Aggies fans don't want to see. Love gets picked off by Andre Neal. That interception returned 44 yards for a touchdown. Rams back in front, but Love would redeem himself. With just over a minute left in the half, launches one to Caleb Rep. What a catch. 40-yard touchdown. Aggies up 24-21 at the half. Utah State running back Jalen Warren was banged up in the first half. Second half, there he is on the sidelines in street clothes, out with a shoulder injury. That's tough to see, but you know what? The Aggies still have Gerald Bright. 19-yard run up the gut for a first down. Helped set up Dom Eberle, who already had a 42-yard field goal in this game. He's going to come in and cap this drive off with another field goal to put the Aggies up 27-24. And then in the fourth quarter, the rain's still coming down in Logan. Ball getting hard to hold on to, and that leads to back-to-back fumbles for Colorado State. This one stripped and taken for a score by David Woodward. Utah State currently leading late in the game here, 34-24. Well, what would make BYU's loss to Washington last week worse? That would be following it up with a loss today at Toledo, right? What would make a loss at Toledo worse? How about losing your starting quarterback to an injury? Yeah, it was that kind of day for the Cougars today. It took the Cougs a bit before they would actually score in this one, too. Late in the first half, Emmanuel Asupa breaks the tape across the goal line with a 32-yard touchdown. BYU led 7-3 at the break. BYU would get the ball first to start the second half, and right away they looked like a different team, looked like they had things going. Zach Wilson connects to Hefo. Hefo's got some wheels and some moves, and he's going to take it 75 yards for the touchdown. The Cougars would build a 14-3 lead at that point in the game, but Toledo, they get 3 back on a field goal, and then Shaquille Seymour on the 18-yard touchdown reception, and they're down by 2 points. So, of course, they're going to go for the 2-point conversion, and they do get it. They tie the game at 14. But on BYU's next possession, they had to punt the ball away. The return is muffed. BYU jumps on it, so they are in great position to take advantage of that. And Wilson hooks up with Hefo again for another touchdown. 21-14 the lead after 3 in the fourth quarter. Toledo was already marching at the end of the third, and they took just 40 more seconds in the fourth to tie the game at 21 with that run. With time winding down in the game, Toledo moving into field goal range, but potential game-saving play here by Chaz Ayu rips the ball out of the arms of Bryant Kobach, so BYU's got a shot to just kick a field goal for the win with just over a minute to play in the game, but on the very next play, Zach Wilson gets picked off, and it's returned all the way to the 2-yard line. Toledo would end up punching it in on the next play to take a 28-21 lead. Wilson got hurt on that play. He was taken out. Jaron Hall comes in for the Cougars' last chance. His throw with 6 seconds to go falls incomplete. BYU is leaving Ohio with a 28-21 loss. Coach Sataki said after the game that Wilson will be out when the Cougars return to action in 2 weeks. Jaron Hall will be the starter.
You know, our guys played hard, and we just didn't make enough plays. Credit goes to Toledo for making the plays that they had to. They just made more plays than we did, and that's a concern for me. We don't know the exact timeline on the injury, but we know that looking like right now that Jaron Hall will be our quarterback when we go to South Florida.
Interesting. How about Weber State hosting Northern Iowa? This is a top 10 matchup in FCS. Caden Jenks to Rashid Shaheed, and he's got speed. 7-0 Wildcats with the lead in the second quarter. Caden Jenks, well, he's going to hook up with Justin Malone. Weber with a 29-17 win on their home field tonight. USC and Washington, two teams that local fans are familiar with after the last week. Washington with an early 7-0 lead, and how's this for an unconventional score? Salvin Ahmed fumbles, and it's recovered by Andre Bachelia in the end zone. Later in the game, Ahmed would find the end zone on an 89-yard run. Huskies get the win 28-14. Clemson, the #1 team in the country, on the road against UNC, and they were on upset alert. They got a test from the heels. Fourth quarter, tie game. Trevor Lawrence finds T. Higgins for the 38-yard score. Just over a minute to go, 2nd and inches for the Heels. They find the end zone. They decide to go for 2 and the win instead of the extra point. So here we go. Can UNC get the upset? Not gonna happen. Clemson survives 21-20. Utah Royals in Chicago fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive. Down 1-0, but Kristen Press evens the score on the assist from Gunny. In the 85th minute, still tied until Yuki Nagasato scores on the deflection. And guess what? The Royals lose 2-1. Not only that, but they are now officially eliminated from any playoff hopes in the NWSL.